Cowboy Micah Parsons a little frustrated, but I'd like to check in with former Cowboy, my friend, Marcus Spears, after seeing the Eagles draft another potential steal. Marcus, just a check in on my boy. I want to see how you're feeling, how your spirit is today.
My spirit is fine. My spirit is fine. I know I would love to play into it, Molly Q, but the real issue is I had no expectations before the draft started. So I wasn't disappointed. I was in there. I was dropped my phone off my leg. I was in like RC said. We were in Sullivan's. We were with Alicia. Is on the pivot with RC. She organized everything. She had no expectations. I'm in it. I cover it. I look at it all year long, and I had none, and the regular fans had none. So we end up today in the same exact place where we were yesterday. That's no man's land.
S.A.?
Well, I mean, listen, I think that,
the Cowboys fans gave
up. If you have an alcohol issue, acknowledgement, admitting it is the first step. And I think that, Marcus Spears as a former Cowboy and a Cowboy lover, obviously the resignation on his face and in his voice is very, very touching, to say the least. And I will concede that. But we need to get into the particulars as to why. It's very touching. He didn't get into the specifics of why he feels that way, why he mirrors what Micah Parsons is feeling, okay? And I reached out to Micah Parsons. I don't know if I'm going to catch him or not or whatever, but I'm quite sure after what he witnessed last night, he want to hide a little bit, RC, because he knows what we all know, that the Dallas Cowboys are going to fall yet again. I would prefer that they lie to us and tease America into thinking they're going to do something before they plummet. But they're just showing us in advance they really don't have much of a chance. This kid, Mitchell, 4.33 in the 40, broke up 52 passes, in one game, intercepted, had 4 interceptions, 2 returned for a touchdown. I understand the brother played for Toledo, and that particular game was against Northern Illinois. But damn it, speed is speed. Ability is ability. Everybody can't be, at one of the big-time universities. The brother can ball. Make no mistake about it. He's got the speed, the quickness, the strength, 6 feet, 195 pounds. He could do some things for you. And when you consider what the Philadelphia Eagles have available to them and the fact that they added Saquon Barkley to the mix. Yeah. I mean, it's just one of those situations right now that we look at the NFC East, and whether it's a former player, a former Cowboy, or a current Cowboy like Micah Parsons, notice how they're aligned with their thinking. They're like this, RC. Oh, damn. Because they know what we know. What can go wrong will go wrong. And it just so happened to be on draft night for everybody in the NFC East, much to the chagrin of the Dallas Cowboys, former.
Hey, Marcus, you're still better than my Giants, so we'll leave it at that.
We don't know that.
Well,
we don't know that.
We are that. No, we know that.
We don't know that.
Know that.
We don't know that.
We do know that.
We need Daniel Jones to stay healthy, the line to protect him. Come on. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I think that's the big thing, though. The Dallas Cowboys have a quarterback at least for a year, and they aren't really doing anything, or they hadn't done anything. But to think that you're going to come into this draft and be drafted in the mid-20s, and you're going to make this huge splash in the places that you need to fix things, that would be comical, right? That would be ridiculous. That's why Marcus wasn't shocked. That's why Swag ain't hurt, because everybody understood where the hell the Dallas Cowboys were before this draft started on Thursday. They actually did a good job with what they had. This team ain't picking in the top 10. They were going to pick in a place where they weren't going to get the necessarily the impact player we were looking for. They weren't going to get the running back right there. They weren't going to get the number 1 receiver they may have wanted right there. And they needed linemen. So you move back, you acquire some picks, and you do the smart draft thing. The problem is you've done the dumb offseason thing the entire offseason. So you put yourself in a position where you can't change it anyway. Stephen A., you talking about Swag conceding, right? And Cowboys fans conceding. The executives conceded. They shouldn't be all lively. They shouldn't be confused. They shouldn't be running around here like, ooh, look what we gonna do. This is what they set us up for. The Dallas Cowboys, who are normally very good at tricking us, right? They're like, we're gonna trick you. You're gonna think we're gonna win a Super Bowl. And right when you think we're gonna win a Super Bowl and you're flying on your magic rug, we're gonna pull it from up under you and you can fall down splat and everything's gonna go.
Yeah.
That's normally what happens. Not this time.
RC, Stephen A. mad. Stephen A. mad that there is no hope being built. He's upset about that.
I'm a bit
because RC he lives his life.
I wouldn't say mad. I'd say perturbed. I'm a bit perturbed.
No.
I'm a bit perturbed.
Yeah, you're a bit perturbed because you live your life in that cycle of let them build everything up. And I've been warning our fans for the last 4 years now.
Right.
Don't believe Stephen A. when he says anything positive about the Dallas Cowboys. Just don't believe it.
But let me
because
say
it's
this.
not coming from a genuine place.
Let me say this. Let me say this, though. See, what Swagu has done, RC, is he has tried to employ a strategy, I must confess, it's been innovative. Nobody else who loves the Cowboys have tried this before. What Swagu has done is tried to work in reverse. And what he's tried to do is let the American people know, don't get your hopes up at all because that's what Stephen A. is waiting for. So he thinks that strategy is going to work. What he doesn't understand, RC, is that it's gonna get elevated anyway. They can't help themselves. You can tell the Cowboy fans whatever you want. They ain't gonna listen.
This is what Stephen A. is to the Dallas Cowboy fans, RC. And you know this, both of y'all can relate.
I'm Santa Claus.
The Cowboy fans will go in them comments and they will see 100,000 positive comments. And then Stephen A. show up. And they make their whole year about that one negative comment that he made about the team.
Yeah,
That's exactly who he is to him. They cannot handle it. I talk to him all the time. I try to talk sense into him. Don't let him get you there. But he the problem. He that one negative comment that make you forget about all of the 10,000 positive ones, and you gonna comment to the negative one. That's how he got him, man. I'm trying to help him.
Hey, they don't say thank you to the other thousands of comments. They don't say I appreciate you. They don't say, thank you for the support. No, they look all the way down. And the one that Stephen A. say is the one that they hang on to forever. And they keep showing up and making this a record-setting show just to see it, just to have their feelings hurt. But you know what? That's what I love about this year. Right. They're not going to do that this year, Stephen A.
Yes, they are.
They're not going to build themselves
up. Yes, they are.
No,
yes, they are.
Yes, they are. For the record, we were number one without the Cowboys. Before, we going to be number one without them again. But here's the deal, y'all. They can't. You could go ahead and tell them on national TV. You're telling them, we save the tape. Save the tape, produce. Save it for them. They can't. Cowboy fans can't help it. That's the part that y'all have reached. You know they think they're going to win the Super Bowl this year, right? You know that, right?
No, they don't.
No, they don't. Trust me.
Not this
Trust
year.
me. They're going to be there. They're going to be that way.
Stephen A. didn't do anything this offseason.
Watch. How much you want? Molly?
You see what Philly did?
Molly, you're always bragging about winning bets. I promise you'll lose this bet.
Games in a row.
Give it a few weeks.
Oh,
we're going to be all right. We're going to win Super Bowl this year. We're going to win Super Bowl this year.
I don't brag about winning bets. The record's the record.
I'm just telling you.
I'm just telling you to stop. Hey, Cowboy fans, give me a year. Just give me a year so I can recalibrate.
No.
I've been getting beat to death on this show for 4 years. Give me 1 year to recalibrate.
I feel you, Marcus. Marcus, do a nice reset after.
Marcus, you know what I'm doing? Last point, Molly. You know what I'm doing with Swagu?
What?
I've made a decision.
What up?
I'm going to show up in Texas for a Cowboys game with y'all this year. You and everybody that love the guy. I'm showing up to a game. You understand what I'm saying? I'm going to show up at the tailgate party.
Hey,
I'm going to show up.
You better bring Juvie with him.
Of course, that's automatic. That's automatic. That's automatic.
Bring the keys to the Rover truck.
I'm going to have two Juvies.
Okay, let's